Welcome to the office of Hyugren Investigations. I'm Hyugren, your nomadic gamer and private investigator. Let's see if we can right some wrongs in judgment.
Get your fucking hands off me.
You're in no position to make demands.
This is as good a spot as any. You need any instruments, you just ask me.
Hopefully, it doesn't come to that. Now, I think it's about time we got some answers. And you're gonna give them to us. Should we take it from the top? First off, the one in control of all this is Shono, the 89 researcher.
That can't be true.
How long have you been working for him? Murdering for him? I already have a pretty good idea. How about I guess? First time you used the mole was...
Uh-oh. Let's see, it was the Curie, right? Not Shintani. Ah, crud, who is Hashiki? No, I guess it would be Hashiki.
For Hashiki, the vice director of the ADDC. He got beat to death 6 months ago, as you well know. Hashiki had a secret deal with Chairman Kajihira. Together, they were gonna poke holes in this 89 business and bring the ADDC to its knees. But Shono, the researcher in charge of the drug, had a big secret he needed to keep hidden.
It can't be Shono. You cannot base everything on that man.
That is, until he got beaten down in the back streets of Kamurocho. Hashiki was fatally wounded by the mole and survived for another 3 weeks. That kept suspicion off Shono and left practically no evidence. Only the most skilled killer could pull something like that off. In other words, the assassin you and Shono have been using.
Think you struck a nerve.
Pretty sure I
You're
did.
a real crack detective, Yagami.
You know, I personally funded his time at law school. He never would have passed the bar without me.
Now is not the time to play
I'd say
proud
you made a good
father.
investment, paying off in spades.
Do you mind? Kinda in the middle of something here.
Sorry.
Okay, now what else? I don't want to quit. Don't get down on his level like that.
No clue. But he'll be here soon enough. All three of you are dead where you stand.
Why do you say that?
He says the mole's on his way here.
Oh, is he now? I'd love to have a chat with the lad.
Keep dreaming, pal. He'd wipe the floor with your backcountry ass.
Enough, Hamura. Tell us who the mole is and how you started working with him. Have those instruments handy?
Coming right up.
All right, I'll talk.
Really?
That's almost a shame. I like when it's tool time.
You sound like you do.
Who is the mole?
At first, he was just an informant feeding off the chaos that breeds in Kamurocho like flies.
An informant?
Yep, and he was trained by one of the best in the business. Rose to prominence after the cops busted his mentor. And that made the mole the top guy in the biz. One of those situations where the student surpassed the master. Nobody could beat his intel. Could get his hands on anything you needed to. Guns, forged documents, you name it.
Interesting.
Before long, we'd formed a nice little partnership. Started making a name for ourselves. Thinking about it, it's been about 20 years now.
It's a
And
long time.
keep talking, or it's tools.
And he's real eager.
Once I got the gig as captain of the Matsugane family, I started relying on him even more. Let me tell you, the guy could dispose of a corpse like it was the easiest damn thing in the world. He had nerves of steel. And he's never even sworn up. Flash forward to a couple years ago, he said he was ready to start doing hits. That's when my big chance finally came.
Huh. So it was the mole who brought assassinations to the table. Who's the real Yakuza here?
Honestly, I wasn't that big on the whole murder thing. But the dangerous shit's what really brings in the cash. So, I started touting his services around the darker side of Kamurocho. Felt like I added a new dish to my menu.
This is no time for jokes, you fool.
What, you don't approve of my methods? This city will swallow you whole if you don't got the cash. And protecting the family name doesn't come cheap. You think Kaido could have toughed it out with all his swagger? We'd have vanished by now. But with enough money, who knows? We could have rode it to the top of the Tojo clan.
Huh.
Wasn't that always part of the dream, boss?
It was, yes. But not anymore.
That's so. That's funny, because I spent my entire life chasing that dream for you. The goal you fucking told me to strive for!
Let's get back on topic, shall we? Tell me this. You started shopping the mole's services around. What then? What happened?
Wasn't long till we got our first hit. Our mark was Hoshiki, vice director of the ADDC.
Uh-huh.
And Shono's the one who hired you?
So I heard. He always contacted me through someone else.
I see, so there was a middleman that connected the Kamurocho Yakuza to the ADDC.
Guy by the name of Ishimatsu. Short little guy. Always had this creepy fucking smile on his face. At the time, we all thought this was gonna be a one-off. Didn't do much prying, you know. Never even knew
What's
why
with
they
his
wanted
hands?
the guy dead. We just took the 10 mil and...
Those
did
are
what we were
way
asked.
too detailed to be gloves.
They wanted him to die discreetly, though, right?
Pretty much. So he did. Ishimatsu took a real shine to us after that. A few months later, he was back with another job.
And that was?
Well, gathering test subjects for their 89 experiments. And disposing of the bodies.
You're
So
telling me
you just
Shono
want me
really
to
was
abduct these
behind all
Curie
this?
guys? You don't want them dead?
That is correct. And your reward is 100 million yen each.
Wow, those are detailed
Real
gloves.
funny. Last time it was 10 for a hit job. Why give us so much more to kidnap a few guys?
Funny you should ask that. It could very well end up being more than just a few guys. We're not quite sure how many we might want. Perhaps just one. Or maybe even 10 might not be satisfactory.
10, huh?
The key point is, we expect this to be a long-term partnership. Given the sensitive nature of this task, naturally we expect the utmost secrecy. I sincerely hope this 100 million conveys the
Those
importance
gloves
of
are
that.
ridiculously detailed. They are so tight on that hand.
What about the Curie guys? What happens to them, huh?
It's unfortunately likely that they'll end up dead. Excuse me if this is presumptuous, but considering the amount I'm offering, would that also cover the body disposal? Or would that, cost extra?
Drop the fucking act, asshole! Where you getting that kind of money, huh? 100 mil just to kill one goddamn Yakuza?
I actually never said you needed to kill anyone. I only requested that you bring them to us. And then, you would just dispose of the evidence.
I don't see where this is going. You think the Yakuza are your tool?
You don't understand. My only role is delivering the message. My employer, he's the root of all of this. And you have no idea how many billions of yen he has to ensure his objectives are achieved.
What?
If you pull that trigger right now, who knows how decisive the retribution might be. Those billions could instead be shifted toward erasing you.
What was that?
Just think about it. How long will you be able to survive? Use your head, Captain Hamura.
That's
There's
way
no
too
escape.
cool of a head for the situation.
Once you agreed to meet with me today, you all but guaranteed your participation and your compliance. So I strongly suggest you put the gun away. Does that make sense?
No, you're very certain you have something over this guy right now. Those aren't gloves, are they? Are those supposed to be like
You guys are
prosthetics?
seriously that big, huh? Tell me more. Talk.
Allow me to answer your question. It's true that we have access to vast amounts of money, yes. But we're not the violent organization you think we are.
Oh yeah? Who are you?
Ishimatsu's superior. The name's Ichinose.
You're the one behind it.
The only reason I'm choosing to show you my face is because I've decided to trust you. And because I want you to understand how far we're willing to go to bring our plan to fruition.
Our plan.
My name's Shono, Captain. I'm currently researching a brand new drug called AD9. A drug that could very well save Japan. Or maybe even the world if...
Yeah, he's
new
not the
drug,
killing
huh?
type.
Where do I come in?
The reality of the situation is, we are under intense pressure to complete our work on AD9 expediently. To that end, Hamura-san, we'd like to ask for your assistance.
There we go. That's the tie-in I was looking for. It's Ichinose being the ringleader.
Ichinose.
Ha! Nailed it.
So the Ministry of Health is in on this too. It goes all the way up.
He's
Maybe it
probably the
does.
spearhead.
You familiar with the Medical Institute?
That's the organization that runs the ADDC.
Yeah.
It's home to the ADDC, and it makes a comfy place for all the health ministry execs to go retire. Well, it just so happens that the guy who founded it 20 years ago was none other than Ichinose. He rode that success all the way up to vice minister. In other words, his whole legacy's riding on the ADDC. AD9's gotta come out on top for him to stay on top.
And he's willing to murder to make sure that happens?
You think he's
Yeah.
not?
Ichinose is not the only one profiting either. There are tons of parties involved.
It's a
all
Ponzi
being
scheme of
promised this much
success.
cash or that favor. If people have to die for AD9 to succeed, so be it.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it was going to be Ichinose. I knew it was going to be Ichinose. Oh my goodness. And talk, you moron. Hey there, folks. Hyugren, your nomadic gamer here. Thanks for coming by to watch my video. It means a lot to me, and I hope you enjoyed watching the video just as much as I enjoyed making it. Now, besides the videos that I put out here on YouTube, I also happen to stream live over on Twitch on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So if you've ever wanted to interact with me in real time, that's the place to go do it. I'll leave a link in the description below, and until next time, peace.